Thank you so much, Monica and Alicia, for joining us on this really special video of the shining a spotlight on the winners of the mPact Young Professional Spotlight Award. Congratulations again, Monica. I'm so happy you're with us today.
Thank you so much.
The award was created earlier this year, and it was really created to shine a light on the young professionals in our industry. It's incredible work that you're doing. And we had over 70 nominations this time around, which was incredible. And so to be selected out of one of the five was really a testament to what you're doing, not only in your career, but in your community. And I really commend you for everything that we're going to touch on today. So first and foremost, I'll introduce myself, Ashley Arbanick. I'm the Director of Member Relations here at MBA. And then I also run our mPact Young Professional Networking Group on the residential side. And then I'm going to hand it over to Alicia.
Hi, Alicia Gonsalves, Director of Associate Membership here at MBA. No stranger to mPact and all the great work as I was at Member Company is part of the leadership team. So super excited to be able to speak with you today, Monica. As Ashley mentioned, it is just a testament to you and everything you're doing to be selected. So congratulations again.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm Monica von Egidy for right now. I actually have my appointment on Friday to get my license changed to Monica Leidick. I married my spouse last July, but now I'm finally switching my name. It took a minute. We were out of state for our wedding, so it took a minute to get back to the state, and then I started transitioning to the role here at FICO, so it was just hectic trying to change my name in the middle of transitioning jobs. So Monica von Egidy right now, soon to be Monica Leidick. But yeah, I started my career in 2016. I went to Wingate University, which is a college local to Charlotte, which is where I've spent my entire life pretty much. And so I graduated in 2016 with a finance degree, and I actually entered the industry through Movement University, which is Movement Mortgage's class that they used to do where they would onboard a ton of different students or professionals switching industries. And so I did a 6-week training program to learn about mortgage and the mortgage industry. The plan was to go onto the production floor after you did your training. But the last day of that class, we actually had a recruiter come in and say, hey, does anybody have a finance degree? So I raised my hand and they took me down to secondary instead. And I started my career on the lock desk. So I worked in the lock desk.
Lucky you.
Yeah, right. I didn't know what I was signing up for really, but I was like, I have a finance degree.
No.
But it was great. It has really worked out for me. I went down, started on the lock desk, did some training there. And about 3 months into working on the lock desk at Movement, I actually had someone come over from the trade desk and ask for my help with a project that they were doing. They needed help with pair off monies because he came over and asked if I could figure out why the numbers were off and left. He came back like a couple hours later and he said, hey, did you figure it out? With very little instruction. And I said, I think so. So I showed him what I thought it was and he was like, oh no, this is exactly it. He said, do you mind if I start bringing you more things like this? And I was like, sure. So from that point on, I did like a few months where I was kind of a split role where half of the day I would help out with the lock desk, the other half I would help out with the trade desk. And then I think it was about a year in, I'm not exactly sure on the timeline anymore, they had a spot open up on the trade desk. So that same person advocated for bringing me onto the trade desk instead of hiring somebody outside of the company. So I moved up to the trade desk and worked there for a couple of years. And that same guy, his name is Devin Norellis, has kind of been a mentor for me ever since in the industry. So we actually both ended up going to Cardinal Financial after Movement, but I actually transitioned over to the pricing desk at Cardinal and got a little bit of experience with margin management, product rollout, more in-depth experience with pricing. I did that for 2 years and some change, possibly 3, I think 2 years though. And that was great. I learned so much on that team. I stayed at Cardinal for a total of 5 years. So I think I did like 2.5 on the pricing desk at Cardinal. And then I transitioned over to work directly for wholesale. The VP at the time asked if I would come over to do analytics for them directly. And I thought it was a great new experience, something kind of cool where I was working directly with the VP of the department. And it was kind of fun because I called myself the junk drawer of the department because it was really like anything that popped up that they were like, can somebody run this analysis? Can somebody figure out why this process is breaking down? Can somebody do XYZ? Any kind of random task. I was like, okay, I'm here, I'll do it. So I learned a whole new area of the business, being on the production side, working with sales. I love the wholesale division there. Everybody who worked in that group was just so fun to work with. And wholesale is just so different than retail or consumer direct. So it was cool to learn that side of the business and how that structure is. I was there until last October, and that same mentor came back to me, Devin, and said, hey, I'm applying for this new department at FICO. They have 2 more roles that are open, and I told the VP of this group that you should apply for this job, and I think you should apply for this job. So he connected the 2 of us, and that's how I came on to FICO. And then started onboarding last October, which included myself, Devin, and one other person, Allison. So we're an entirely new group here at FICO focused on mortgage. So FICO has decided that they really want to have more of a presence in the mortgage industry, understand the business better. So they've hired on a team of all people who came from the mortgage industry to speak to different parts of the industry. And it's really cool. It's really awesome getting to meet new people in the mortgage industry, reconnect with old people that I've already known formally, and introduce them to what FICO is, because there's a lot of misconception on what FICO is. A lot of people may not even know that FICO is a company because there has been no direct connection between FICO and the industry previously. But we're here now, and we're here to talk to the industry and help and, work through all the misconceptions that may be out there.
First and foremost, I commend you and really want to highlight the fact that early on in your career, you not only raised your hand and said yes, I want to do this, or yes, I'm happy to help. Or when somebody came to you and said, hey, can you help me with this? There was no hesitation. You're just like, yeah, of course I'll do it. Or being kind of the junk drawer of the industry, or of the company, as you said, is never a bad thing, because you learn so much. And then you're kind of the point person that everybody knows is like, oh, she can do it. Oh, of course, yes, she can do it. Oh, grab her. So first of all, I commend you for that, and just being willing to step up. I mean, that really shows the true passion that you have for what you do, and the initiative and drive that you have for your career. I think it's really commendable, and highlighting young professionals like yourself that have that is the whole point, I feel like, of this award. And then the second thing I'll say is your mentor, it really, really goes to show the importance of having a mentor and having somebody in the industry that not only you can bounce ideas off of, but they have that relationship with you and trust you enough that they will pull you along with them in their career. It really goes to show the power of what mentorship can do. So I'm so happy that you have found someone like that, because that's huge in this industry.
And to Ashley's point, having somebody to be able to advocate for you, because sometimes as a young mortgage professional or a young professional in general, it's so hard to sometimes speak to your skills or say, hey, yes, I did a great job at this. So to have somebody kind of rooting you on is fantastic. So that's great.
Yeah, thank you. That's kind of funny how much of a disparity in age range there is in the industry, where it's lumped so much in the 50+ group. And now there's this small pocket of 25 to 35 and not much in between. That was kind of funny.
So one of the things I also wanted to ask you about, and it was one of the main pieces from your nomination form that really stood out to me, where it says Monica has been involved with building homes for Habitat for Humanity, and she and her family members have started the Carson's Kids Foundation, which is focused on enriching the lives of children with special needs in her community, specifically with Sensory Santa and Sensory Easter events. So I would love for you to tell us more about all of that, because that sounds incredible.
Yeah, so Carson's Kids was started in memory of my cousin Carson, who was a kindergarten teacher, and her classroom was mostly kids on the autism spectrum. So this past year, it's really when it started in its infancy, and it's very much like a community foundation at the moment. The focus is raising money for school supplies in terms of like specific needs that the students have. So not like pencils and paper and stuff like that, but tools for enriching the lives of kids with special needs in the school. Other things that we do outside of that would be kind of these fun events where, you know, for holidays, major holidays, where kids who may not like loud sounds, may not like large crowds, may just need a little bit more time to do something than someone else does, creating a safe space for them to come and enjoy these traditional things that you do for holidays. So like meeting the Easter Bunny, meeting Santa. Those settings are usually loud, boisterous, busy, creating kind of a calmer space for them to come and move at their own speed and do exactly the things that they feel comfortable doing. And not feeling like they need to be pushed to do anything because somebody's waiting for them to get through. It's been really great so far. Sensory Santa was like, we would have 20 minutes for each family to come in with their kids and they could meet Santa. They could do a little ornament craft that was really quick. And then for the Easter was our second big event, and that one we went a little bit more big with because it was our second one. We knew what worked and what didn't work with the kids from the previous event. That one we kind of hid the Easter Bunny away because some kids are afraid of the Easter Bunny, so the kids could choose if they wanted to go meet the bunny and take a picture. And if they went over there and said, oh, no, actually, I thought I did, but I don't, they could just walk right away and the Easter Bunny was out of view. We had like a small petting zoo where there were baby bunnies, there were baby goats and baby pigs. We had tortoises. We had a pony. They were not riding the pony, but they could go up and pet the pony. The pony had braided hair with bows in it. They did a Easter egg hunt where the eggs were laid out and they just had to make sure they were grabbing the eggs of a certain color for their basket. There were ornaments that they could do. There was like a bubble blowing session. That one we had more like 2 families come in at a time to go through because it was more popular and it was more spread out. So it wasn't as enclosed as Sensory Santa. So, so far it's been really great. We'll be doing the same events again, and hopefully adding on more events for different holidays. Maybe doing something for 4th of July next year where instead of fireworks, there's something else. Just trying to recreate these traditional events that, you know, in a way that works for kids who need a certain setting. My cousin Kirby and my Aunt Tracy have put a lot of work into planning these things. They've really gone above and beyond. And it's really cool. Like you said, some of these kids that we had come through, they're, you know, 9, 10, 11 years old and never had a chance to meet Santa before because it just wasn't the right setting for them and had always wanted to get their picture with Santa. So hopefully we'll just keep adding on new events over the years and see where it goes.
That's awesome. Yeah, I feel like a lot of the times it just takes that one person with that one idea and the ambition to do so much good. And it's like, you just got to start, right? So echoing Ashley's sentiments to you and your family.
Thank you.
It was so great getting to speak with you today. Congratulations again, and I'm excited for what's next to come. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.